Good evening and welcome to the Thornton Academy 1991 football season. Tonight, most eyes are right here at Fitzpatrick Stadium where two top contenders are set to do battle. It's Thornton Academy against Portland High. Both teams are expected to do well in Western Maine A this year, and it is a big game, a Friday night game. Hello, I'm Jay Harper, bringing you tonight's action here on CTV 30. And I'd like to introduce my color commentator for this year, Marc Paquette. Marc, a graduate of Thornton Academy back in 1975. Yeah, we're going back a few years, but Marc, thanks for coming aboard.
Hey, it's great to be here. I'm looking forward to an exciting season.
Okay, tonight's matchup, as most consider, two of the top teams in Western Maine A. Every time they say, who do you think, who do you like this year, Portland and Thornton are two of the top three right out of people's mouth. What is the key to tonight's matchup?
Well, obviously, offensively, the Bulldogs are going to be trying to shut down Art Leveris inside. So the Trojans need a big game from Troy Karen offensively, and they also need Kurt Purvis, their quarterback, to do some effective passing, especially early in the game. If they're able to do this, they'll keep the Portland defense honest, keep things spread out, and then perhaps Leveris will be able to break one.
Defensively for Thornton Academy, Portland has a ton of returners. 10 out of their 11 offensive starters are seniors. They have just the one junior in the offensive line, actually in the backfield, Scott Alexander, who started last year as a sophomore. So basically, he's a very seasoned junior. What do you think Thornton Academy has to do defensively?
Well, you have to remember also, Thornton Academy has 8 returning lettermen themselves on defense, along with some strong underclassmen. So I think they'll be able to stop the run and hopefully force Portland into a passing game.
Tonight's prediction, what do you think?
Well, I think Thornton Academy, it should be an even game. However, I think the key could be that Portland has 8 players that play on both sides, primarily in the line. And if Thornton Academy can take the first 3 quarters to wear them down, you may see that the Trojans have the advantage in the 4th quarter.
All right, coming up a very exciting opening matchup for Thornton Academy facing the Portland Bulldogs here at Fitzpatrick Stadium. We're going to take a pause, and when we come back, we'll have the starting lineups for both teams and the opening kickoff. We're back right after this. Hi, good evening, and welcome to the Thornton Academy football season for 1991 on CTV 30. Tonight, all eyes are here at Fitzpatrick Stadium because two of the top contenders this year are doing battle. Take 2. Give it a roll, right back in. Give some early editing for Tony the first day of the week. All right, come back here.
We'll get it together, Tony, don't worry.
Take 3. Hi, good evening, and welcome to the 1991 Thornton Academy football season on CTV 30. Tonight, most eyes here on Western Maine A are at Fitzpatrick Stadium, and I hate that one too. Thank you very much. He had a mosquito on his head. I stopped that because he had a mosquito on his head. We just want some good bloopers for this year. Beep. All right, this is a take. This is a do. Take 4. Hi, and good evening, and welcome to the 1991 Thornton Academy football season on CTV 30. Tonight, most eyes in Western Maine A are right here at Fitzpatrick Stadium, where Thornton Academy and the Portland Bulldogs are set to do battle. They're both considered top contenders, and this should be a great football contest. Hello, everybody. I'm Jay Harper, and I'd like to introduce my color commentator for this year, 1975 graduate of Thornton Academy, Marc Paquette. Marc, glad to have you aboard.
Great. Jay, it's great to be here, and I'm looking forward to a great game this evening.
What do you think tonight's keys are for Thornton Academy?
Well, offensively, quite simply, everybody knows the Bulldogs are going to be trying to shut down Art Leveris, try to shut down that middle running. We need a big game from Troy Karen and also a good passing game from Kurt Purvis, especially early on. Keep those linebackers and the people in the secondary honest so they can't just be keen on the run.
Now, defensively for Thornton Academy, Portland returns 10 out of their 11 offensive starters from last year that are seniors. There's only one junior, and he happens to be a man named Scott Alexander, who started as a sophomore in the backfield for Portland. So defensively, Thornton has their hands full tonight.
They do, but also Thornton Academy has 8 returning linemen from last year. They're going to show a strong defense, as they always do, and hopefully they'll be able to shut down the Portland run of Alexander and also Napolitano.
What about the difficulty that Thornton Academy has had over the years at playing here at Fitzpatrick Stadium?
This senior class, Jay, has not won here. Last year they were defeated by Chevrolet. Their sophomore year they were defeated by Portland. And when they played their freshman year, they had the lead, and none other than Art Leveris, who was then playing for Portland, ran back a kickoff, and they defeated the Trojans 13-7.
So it should be a tough time for them tonight here at Fitzpatrick Stadium. Do you think they can get that jinx off their back?
Well, hopefully they can, and one of the keys that you may see later on in the game, The Bulldogs have 8 players playing both ways, primarily in the line, and hopefully the Trojans, the first 3 quarters, can wear them down with their running and passing. And if this is true, the fourth quarter, hopefully the Trojans will be the stronger team.
As far as the weather goes, though, a very beautiful early fall night. It is nice and cool here on this Friday night. Fitzpatrick Stadium in beautiful condition. Couldn't ask for a better playing field. One of the best times I've ever seen this field in, and we expect to see a great ball game tonight.
Yes, it should be one of the best games of the year, actually, Jay.
Okay, coming up, we got Thornton Academy facing the Portland Bulldogs. We're going to come right back, have the starting lineups for both teams, and tonight's opening kickoff. We'll be back right after this. Once again, good evening and welcome back to Thornton Academy football on CTV 30. Tonight, Thornton Academy facing the Portland Bulldogs at Fitzpatrick Stadium. Hello, everybody. I'm Jay Harper, along with Marc Paquette and cameraman Marc Pickard. Set to bring you tonight's action. It is the very first contest of 1991 and probably one of the biggest for Thornton Academy.
Well, we certainly hope that they come out on top, and we expect to see a little bit of the butterflies early on, but usually after the first or second hit, Jay, usually the teams are ready to play.
Keep rolling, keep rolling. Tony, we're going to do a take 2 on that one because Jay's got first game bullshits. Okay.
I wasn't ready for you.
I wasn't ready for myself. Okay. Here we go. 3, 2. Welcome back to Fitzpatrick Stadium and the 1991 Thornton Academy football season on CTV 30. Hello, everybody. I'm Jay Harper, along with Marc Paquette. Our cameraman for tonight is Marc Pickard. Thornton Academy captains and the Portland captains now meeting at center field. And let's go over the starting lineups for tonight, Marc. We'll open right up with the offense of Thornton Academy.
Okay, for the offense for Thornton, starting at center, number 52, B.G. Chabot. He's 5'9", weighs 195 pounds, and he's a senior. Playing at the guards, number 72, Jeff Baker. Jeff's 5'9", weighs 200 pounds, and he's a senior. At the other guard, number 61, senior John Knox. John is 6'1" and weighs 200 pounds. Starting at the tackles, number 73, Sean Toussaint. 6'1", 230 pounds senior. And at the other tackle, number 58, Tim LeClaire. Tim's 6'2", goes 220, and Tim is a junior. At the split end, we have number 12, Craig Agresti, 6 foot, 180 pounds senior. At the tight end, number 35, Doug Willett. Doug is 6'1", weighs 180 pounds, and Doug is also a senior. In the backfield, getting the nod at the quarterback spot, number 14, a junior, Kurt Purvis, 6 foot and 170 pounds. At fullback, the big back for Thornton Academy, number 33, Art Leveris, 5'11", 205 pounds senior. Playing at tailback, number 82, Troy Caron, 6'1", 205 pound senior. And at the Z-back, number 36, George Samaras. George is 5'6", and he's 145 pounds senior.
Okay, Thornton Academy's lineup right there. Samaras getting the start due to the injury to Jim McLeod. He's out 4 to 6 weeks for Thornton Academy. One of their tri-captains. You didn't see him out on the middle of the field during the coin toss because he is out with an injury, and we expect him to miss at least 4 games, maybe 5. For the Portland Bulldogs, starting offensively for them tonight at center, number 50, Joe Johnson. He's a 6'1" senior, weighing 185 pounds. Over at the right guard, it's number 66, Pierre Lamb. He's 6 feet, 175 pounds. At right tackle, Steve Stinson. Stinson, a big boy, 6'4", 285 pounds, and he is a senior. On the left side, at guard, Jason Barlow, 6'2", 180 pounds senior. And at the left tackle, number 77, Mike DeMillo. He's 6'1", 201 pounds senior. At the tight end, it's Dave Rumpf. He's 6 feet, 165 pounds, and also a senior. At the split end, it's J.C. Russell, number 4, 5'9", 158 pounds senior. At the quarterback, 2-year starter for the Bulldogs, it's Mark Darling, number 12. He's 5'10", 150 pounds, and he is also a senior. In the backfield, very talented, very dangerous. At fullback, number 40, Nick Napolitano. He's 5'10", 175 pounds, and once again, he is a senior. Portland has 10 of of their 11 starters, they are seniors. And the one junior, the tailback, number 34, Scott Alexander. He's 5'9", 165 pounds, and he did start last year, so a very seasoned offensive display for the Portland Bulldogs. They're very dangerous. They can run the football, and they're saying a lot of good things about Mark Darling. He scrambled well against Thornton Academy last year at Hill Stadium. He was dangerous to the outside, but his passing game wasn't there. But right now, Mike Bailey, the head coach of Portland, is saying he's come a long way, and Thornton Academy has to be aware of his passing ability and as well as his running ability. It should be a tough chore for Thornton Academy's defense tonight.
Exactly, Jay. I think the two teams are very similar in that regard. Thornton Academy can't fall asleep on the passing game and just be keying on Portland's big backs. They have to play an all-around well defensive game.
All right, they're announcing both starting lineups over the PA system. It's a beautiful Friday night at Fitzpatrick Stadium. You couldn't ask for better football weather. It's the first game of the year, and it is a big one because both these teams are expected to be the cream of the crop this year in Western Maine A. Kind of a change, not as important as in the past, Mark, because of the new playoff system. 8 teams make it into postseason play where they'll go 1-8, 2-7, 3-6, 4-5 as they do in basketball. But there are 12 teams, so 4 won't make it. But this is a lot of pride for both these two teams. As you mentioned at our opening, Art Leveris did play for Portland as a freshman, and Portland hasn't forgotten that. Back when he was a sophomore, they stuffed him big time, and they defeated Thornton Academy. Last year, it was Leveris' 2 big runs over Portland. He had an 86-yarder right before the end of the first half, and just before that, he had a 45-yarder. They're both highlight films forever for his tapes and for many, and for us on CTV 30. They were just beautiful runs to watch. So there's a lot of pride and a lot of revenge for both these two teams. It should be a very interesting matchup tonight.
That's true, and at the end of the season, you may look back to this game as far as who has the home field advantage throughout the playoffs. This is a big game. Thornton needs to win this.
And the big factor, too, is to start the season off, to get momentum going. And a lot of teams are looking at this game saying, how good is Portland? How good is Thornton? Well, we're just about set to find out. We're going to pause right now for a national anthem. And when we come back, we'll have the opening kickoff.
1992, and a football player who died in an accident this summer. Also, this
No, keep it up a little bit. Yeah.
Right above there?
Yeah.
Good.
Anytime.
So I take it, let's see, what we got here? We're kicking off? Leveris is out there. He's not on the receiving team, is he?
Yeah, he is.
He is?
So it's hard to say yet. I don't know if he's got a tee on. He doesn't have his kicking shoe on. Back at Fitzpatrick Stadium for coverage for the 1991 Thornton Academy Golden Trojans. And Thornton Academy set to receive. They won the opening coin toss. And back deep for the Trojans, Ryan Lasur is in the middle. On his left side, the sophomore Keith Cruddo. And over on the right side, it looks like Ryan Summer, number 26. The up backs, number 33, Art Leveris in the middle. Doug Willett to the near side of the field. And on the far side, number 82, Troy Karen. So Thornton Academy will open up the 91 campaign on the offense, and we'll see what the junior Kirk Purvis can do with the offense this evening. Fairly large crowd on hand tonight for both Thornton and Portland. We're used to seeing that on the other side of the field for the visiting Thornton Academy, but for Portland, a good home crowd tonight for them. And they're excited about their 91 Bulldogs as well as they should be.
Number 74, Mike Martin. Deep for Thornton Academy. 11 is Keith Frodo. 18, Ryan Lasur.
Martin gets it underway, a high end-over-end kick. It'll be fielded by Lasur at the 17. Up the right side where he's met at the 30, and he falls forward to the 32-yard line.
Brought down that time by number 4, J.C. Russell. Came right down the middle of the field and cut him down low, Jay.
All right, Lasur, the backup quarterback and starting safety, showcasing his running ability, gets out over the 30-yard line where Thornton Academy will set up.
Let's see if they stay conservative here.
Straight I formation. Purvis on the keeper, kicks it out to Karen. Karen gets outside, and he'll pick up about 5 yards on the play. A nice first play for Thorne Academy. Purvis getting the pitch out at the perfect time.
And on that one there, had Craig Agresti stayed with his block a little longer, that one may have broken to the outside.
The outside was open, one man to beat, but unable to do that was Troy Karen. But he picks up a good 5. We'll call it 6, where it'll be second down and 4.
It'll be second down and 4.
Mark will have to battle with the PA announcer all night because he does play-by-play over the air, which is very annoying to say the least. Purvis again, he gets popped. Pitch out to Karen, he makes the catch and gets back to the line of scrimmage. Purvis took a pop just as he was kicking it out. Karen, a good job to hold on to it.
Big stick in there by Gallon Gullett. Forced him to pitch the ball early, and actually Troy Karen did a good job of just getting back to the line of scrimmage on that one.
George Samaras, tailback is Troy Karen, and the fullback is tri-captain Art Leveris.
Third down now and 4 for the Trojans. They come out I formation. Leveris and Karen. Purvis over center Shabbat. He keeps it. Pitch out low to Karen. He'll have to go down and get it, and they'll lose about 5 on the play. And again, the option looks like it's there, but the pitch not getting there from Purvis. And the Trojans will be forced to a punting situation.
Just pitching that ball just a little bit too early that time, Jay. Didn't quite have the defensive end committed.
The option looks like it is there. They're keying Leveris. They're not giving it to Leveris, and Karen's got some room outside, but they can't capitalize on it. And Bill Dawson, number 33, a 5'11" junior, back doing the kicking for the Trojans. Nice snap. Dawson gets a decent kickoff.
Bill Lawson, the punter.
Fumble on the punt, and the Trojans might have it. They do. First turnover of the year. Looks like Samaras on the ball.
Great hustle down that left side by Samaras. Broke through one blocker and forced that fumble by putting pressure on the receiver.
Samaras, heads-up ball player for the Trojans. And he gets the first turnover in great field position for the Trojans at the 32-yard line of the Bulldogs. Agresti set to the far side of the field. Power formation in the backfield. Hand off Leveris up the middle. He'll ramble forward for about 8.
Great read that time.
Leveris, the ball carrier.
And they finally pop Leveris through after going 3 times without giving him the football in his first carry of 1991. Good for 8 yards. No surprise there that he got 8.
Samaras now in.
Matt Sear and George Samaras shuffling the plays in for Coach Agresti. Now in his 7th season with the Golden Trojans.
Pick up of 7 in the play, down to the 25.
Willett shifts to the right side of the field. Agresti's to that side. Pitch out to Karen, cuts inside, fights forward, but they stack him up right at the line of scrimmage. Gullett again on the stop.
Great play that time by Portland's free safety, number 36. He came up and forced that play, forced him back to the inside to the pursuit.
Scott Shane, number 36. And again, another third down situation for the Trojans, but at least this time around, we should be in 4-down territory.
Yeah, you would think so. It's a little far at this time of the game to be attempting a field goal.
Looks like Lasser now in the backfield as the Z-back. And he gets the counter back the other way. And he'll pick up about 2. Very close to a first down, but I believe he'll be just short. And that's another wrinkle Coach Agresti will be showcasing.
A pickup of 1.
4th down and 1 here, Jay.
4th and 1.
So who do you go to? You go to the big back, or you take a chance and go to the outside?
Boy, I would never deny Art Leveris the football in a short down situation. They go to the power backfield. Karen, Leveris, and Samaras. Maybe the little guy. Hand off Leveris. Pushes. I think he'll get it. It'll be very, very close.
Great second effort by Art Leveris on that play.
One of the tacklers in there was 81, Dave Rump.
Tough spot. We'll have a measurement. 7:19 left in the opening quarter. No score. Trojans threatening. They got the turnover on the fumble on the opening punt from the Trojans after they went 3 plays and had to kick it away.
Going to be short, Jay.
They come up short. A tough spot by the officials, and Thornton Academy wastes the golden opportunity. And the Bulldogs take over for their first offensive series at their own 23-yard line. Mark Darling, the senior quarterback, comes out with the offense for Portland. A lot of things expected from this team. They can do a lot of things. They can pass, they can run, and they can run with 3 different backs, the quarterback, fullback, or the tailback. Right now, they split 2 to the near side, 1 at the far, a lone back in the backfield, Darling over center. Trojans a little mixed up, shifting. And the pitch out this way. Cutting inside is Alexander. He breaks 1 tackle and gets forward for a gain of about 4.
Portland Academy looking a little disoriented, a little disorganized on that play, Jay. Didn't seem like people knew where they were supposed to be.
Well, the senior Doug Willett was heading to the other side of the field at the last minute, and the play came to this side.
Out to the 27.
Alexander picks up 4.
2nd down and 6.
Rich Fields split to this side of the field. Dante and Russell to the other side. Fakes the handoff, going back to pass to Darling. He's going to be sacked in the backfield. Zafferson, number 60, in on the stop, along with
Sacked in there by number 60.
there was somebody else in on the play.
There's number 72, Jeff Baker, in there.
Baker and Zafferson.
2 boys in the trenches, Jay. Great, great pass rush. And that's what we need this evening, not to give Darling any time to throw the ball.
The loss of 4 to play. Back to the line of scrimmage. It'll be 3rd and 10 from the 23.
Zafferson showed a lot of promise last year. He had to fight off mononucleosis during the beginning of the year and didn't start, but when he came in, he was always a force. And this year he gets his chance. Draw play up the middle. Alexander on the run, breaks 1 tackle, 2, and he's got a first down for the Bulldogs, picking up 12 yards on the carry.
Pulled down by number 18, Ryan LeSleur.
And the Trojans give up big yardage. They missed a couple of tackles right in the middle of the field. And Alexander picks up a big 3rd down play.
Good ball by Portland.
That has plagued the Trojans over the years since we've been broadcasting their games on CTV 30, is that big 3rd down play. They'll stuff 1st and 2nd down, then they'll give up the big one on 3rd down. 1st and 10. Fakes the pitch out, draw up the middle. Stuffed right there is Napolitano. He'll pick up about 3.
Napolitano.
Ed Presby once again on the tackle.
Ed Presby.
Presby starting last year at tackle. He returns,
Napolitano.
as do a lot of the Trojans' defense.
2nd and 8
Very
from the Portland 40.
seasoned group. We expect good things from them this year. They were a little weak last year on defense, but this year, most of them are back. Pike in motion, pitch out to Alexander. He squirts forward for a gain of about 4. It'll be 3rd and 3 for the Bulldogs.
Jeff DeRocha just missing that tackle in the backfield, allowing the Portland runner to get 2 or 3 extra yards.
Quickly setting the Trojan defense. The tackles are Jeff Baker and Ed Presby. The defensive ends are Jim Zafferson and Troy Caron. The linebackers, Jeff DeRocha and Jeff Marston in the middle. Matt Sear, the Rover, Doug Willett, the Sam, and the secondary, Craig Agresti, Ryan LeSleur on the corners, and Ryan Summer, the sophomore, at safety. Offsides on Portland, and that's a big break and a big blow to the Bulldogs offense. But that sets them up maybe where they like it. 3rd and long. It'll be 3rd and 10 now.
Well, similar situation which we were talking about before. Thornton Academy forcing a 3rd and 10. Now let's see if this time if they can hold them.
Portland notoriously loves to run the draw and the screen pass on big 3rd down plays. Watch out for the screen pass this time around. Dante and Dana Pike set to the near side. Alexander and Napolitano, I formation. They fake the handoff, quick out. Pike comes back for it, makes the catch, and then he's popped. He'll be short of the 1st down. Nice play by LeSleur.
by Ryan Lasser.
He hit him right there and then.
Normally a quick out like that, Jay, they'll tell the receiver to always go down to make sure he has enough for the first down. That time, the Portland receiver actually came up about 3 yards short.
Brings the ball to the 45.
Basically, in that situation, no sense throwing it if you're not going to throw it to a receiver who is past the first down marker. Back deep to receive is David Langstaff, a very familiar number 22 and number 18, Lasser. A low snap, a short high kick, and they'll have to let that bounce. Fielded right there by Langstaff, dangerously in the middle of 3 Portland defenders, but he helps Thornton Academy on the bounce, not giving up any more field position, and they'll take over at their own 34-yard line.
And fortunately for the Golden Trojans, the official missed a call right in the middle of the field. James Zafferson blocking Joe Johnson high in the back. In all the traffic, I guess the official failed to see it.
First down and 10. Third time now for the Trojan offense. Yet to pick up their initial first down of the 91 season. Pitch out to Carrot. He may have the corner. He does. Going around the corner. Still going. He'll pick up 16 yards and a first down for the Trojans.
Good acceleration by Karen once he got on the outside, Jay.
That corner is open.
And as we said in the pregame, if they can do that successfully a few more times, that should really open up the inside for Art Leveris.
And it has been there. That time the pitch was there, and Karen exploded around the right corner. Trojans send Matt Sear and Craig Agresti to the near side of the field. I formation, handoff Leveris. He'll pick up only about 1, maybe a little more.
Stinson, Rump, Hanlon, along with Napolitano. In on the tackle.
Gain of only 1, so second down and 9 now for Thornton Academy.
Second and 8.
We're down to 2 minutes left in the first quarter. No score between Thornton Academy and the Portland Bulldogs. Willett in motion now. He'll set on the left side. Agresti to the near side, wide out. Purvis pulls it out. He keeps it. He's got a lot of room. Cuts back inside. Looked like he should have stayed outside on that play, but he cut it back. You know, come up just short of the first down.
Gain of about 7, Jay, and they'll have a 3rd and 3 here.
Purvis had a lot of room. If he would have blasted outside, he had an angle and looked like a lot more running room. Samaras now shuffles in the play for Coach Agresti.
And a good block that time by Dougie Willett, kicking the defensive end in, allowing the quarterback Purvis the outside.
Well, so far, no score, but I would have to say a very good first quarter for the Trojans. They've controlled this game to this point. Samaras on the counter, squirts forward, but he'll come up short. All at the 42-yard line of Portland. We'll see what Coach Agresti will do here, whether he'll go on 4th down or he'll kick it away. We see Bill Lawson coming in, so the Trojans, again, will have to punt it away.
I think that's a wise decision. Try to bury Portland deep in their end. Field position is also going to be a big key this evening.
Portland's holding up defensively.
Punting position.
So far, it's pretty much what we expected. Very evenly matched.
And Alexander deep for Portland.
Lawson positioned at his own 45. Alexander and Pike back deep. Nice booming kick. They're going to let it sail. We'll see what kind of bounce it has. Bounces into the end zone.
Lawson's kick.
And unable to catch up is Samaras, so it'll be out to the 20-yard line and first down and 10 for the Bulldogs.
Great kick by Lawson that time.
45-yarder. Very nice.
Had that landed perhaps 3 or 4 yards shorter, it did have a sort of side spin on it, Jay. Right now the Bulldogs will be starting with 1st and 10 from probably a 1-yard line.
1st and 10. Pike comes in motion to this side. Handoff fumbled in the backfield. Looks like Alexander was able to get back on it. A bad handoff from Darling.
Great first quarter, really, by Thornton Academy. Not scoring any points, but controlling almost the entire first quarter.
Most definitely. They have to be happy with themselves. They have to hold defensively and play field position before they can break a big one. Well, we played one quarter in Portland, and the score, Thorn Academy nothing, the Portland Bulldogs nothing. You're watching high school football on CTV 30. We'll be back right after this. Still humming?
Yeah.
How come?
Yes.
It was all the way to 10.
Was it really?
Yeah.
You hear it, Mike?
I don't hear it in my headset.
I don't really either. I'm 9. It's something got moved. Okay. Welcome back to Fitzpatrick Stadium. Jay Harper along with Marc Paquette and Marc Pickard. Get my marks straight. The Marc and Marc along with Jay Harper show tonight at Portland, and enjoying a very good football game to this point. One turnover in that first quarter. It was done by the Bulldogs, but they have the football now with a second down and 10. I formation in the backfield. Dante to the near side of the field. Pike to the far. Alexander, the fullback. Napolitano, handoff is to Alexander, pounding forward, and he fights for a gain of about 6 or 7. He's a strong runner.
Brought down by a host of Trojan tacklers. A little too much for first down. They want to keep the Bulldogs down at 2, perhaps 3 yards to carry them on the first down.
Believe it or not, I was talking to some people before the game. Alexander wouldn't have started tonight if their transfer from Brunswick would have not been suspended for this game. He's out for disciplinary reasons. Handoff up the middle, Napolitano.
Strong running by Napolitano. He was hit some 2 yards in the backfield, Jay, and just kept those legs moving.
And he'll pick up a first down on that play. As I was mentioning, disciplinary reasons for the transfer of Richard Anderson from Brunswick, and they say he's outstanding back, but had some problems, so he was suspended for this game, and that put Alexander back in the starting lineup. Kind of hard to believe that Alexander, after starting last year as a sophomore, would be knocked out by anybody, but that must say something for Anderson. Fake, Darling back to pass, looking for the sideline and up, down the field, got a man out there, just overthrown. And Lasser was beat by Dana Pike. Had a step and a half on him, just overthrown. And the Trojans lucky on that one.
Yeah, very fortunate on that one. And from Portland's standpoint, a good throw by the quarterback. If you are going to miss the receiver, you want to overthrow him, not giving that defensive back a chance.
And he had plenty of time, that time, in the backfield. So that'll bring up 2nd and 10.
It'd be great if... Be great if Thornton Academy could stick them for a loss right here.
I formation, 2nd down and 10. Handoff this way, Alexander, and he's shut right down. Presby in there, Zafferson,
and Baker, I believe.
It's a 45.
That'd be Jeff DeRoche.
Jeez, and I thought Jeff knew better. When he makes a tackle, he's got to turn to the camera to make sure we get his number and name. Jeff, you got to work on that a little bit. He was hiding around the back of the huddle, and we didn't see him. But DeRoche in on the stop, so a loss of 1 on the play. That'll bring up 3rd down and 11 for the Bulldogs. The ball at their own 38-yard line.
Let's look for the boys up front here to get a big pass rush.
We'll see if they'll blitz anyone. Bulldogs put 2 out this way. Looks like Dante and Pike to the near side. Darling dropping back, throwing out, overthrown, could be intercepted. It's dropped by Agresti. He had the ball in some room, all by himself, and he dropped the football.
Started to run just before he got that one, Jay. Still, excellent defensive series by the Trojans, and they should get decent field position here.
Well, we'll see what kind of field position they get from this, because the interception would at least get them back to midfield, probably to Portland's 45, and we'll see with the punt where they'll set up their offense. Craig Agresti, an outstanding receiver. You would think that ball was glue in his hands, but maybe the eyes got a little big, like you said. A low snap again, a little bit of rush, and they just miss it. High, short kick. Look out for the bounce. It bounces and goes rolling forward to about the 38-yard line of the Trojans. So not a major loss on the play. And again, a low snap for the Bulldogs and a tough punt out of there.
Having a little trouble with their kicking game right now.
Trojans will have decent field position, ball at their own 38-yard line. No score here. Opening moments of the second quarter. The Trojans and the Bulldogs, both preseason favorites in Western Maine A. I formation. Handoff is to Karen. Straight 25 drive, it looks like, right there. And Karen picks up 3, maybe 4.
Troy Karen was the ball carrier. Hanlon.
And that's something we haven't seen for a long time. Back in your playing days, Mark, that was a big play out of that I formation. You had a lot of great tailbacks back when you played throughout the early 70s and into the mid-70s. But in the 80s, it's been more of the fullback-oriented offense for the Trojans.
2nd and 7.
Sear in motion. Handoff Leveris. Not much doing up the middle.
Leveris was the ball carrier.
That's correct, Jay. Our junior year, we played Portland here, and Steve Vance ran for 250 yards rushing and led us to a 26-14 victory. Back then, the tailback was the biggest part of the offense.
No question about it. It was the old USC Trojan I formation where your tailback got the ball 20, 25 times a game. And the last, ever since '86, and Dick Agresti's been coaching, it's been the fullback. Back to pass is Purvis.
Right there.
Throwing over the middle is Agresti, and it just behind him hits his hand and bounces out. And another third down situation not converted for the Trojans.
Craig Agresti was wide open there. The ball was thrown behind him. Would have been a fantastic catch. Look for the Trojans to come back to that, Jay, later on. I believe that was Purvis' first pass, wasn't it, of the evening?
It was.
Ball is at the 45. Pike and Alexander, deep for Portland.
Lawson again, a busy right foot. Shorter kick this time, but it'll bounce, and it takes a bad bounce for Thornton Academy, and Samaras on it at the 31-yard line of Portland.
Down at the
So,
32.
a lot of 3 plays and kick for both teams. The defense is dominating. Both teams having very potent offenses. Kind of surprised at this point.
So far, I think it's been a game of almost. Both teams very close to breaking some, but yet there have been a few miscues.
I think both teams having troubles, especially Thornton Academy, on that third down conversion. First 2 plays, not bad. They're picking up 7 or 8 yards, and then the 3rd and 2, 3rd and 3, unable to convert. So far, Leveris, very quiet opening half for him. 3 carries and about 12 yards rushing, maybe 13.
Well, I doubt very much if we've heard the last of Art Leveris, however.
I wouldn't think so. And Craig Agresti's had 2 go off his hands, 1 defensively and 1 offensively. That's something we didn't see last year, and hopefully Craig can get it on track as this game continues. I formation for the Bulldogs. Fakes the pitch, draw back to Napolitano.
Good.
He's met straight up, but he'll pick up about 5 yards.
Ball carrier number 45, Steve Hanlon.
Hanlon in the ball game carrying that time.
I didn't get the number of the tackler that time, but he straightened Hanlon right up once he was hit. I'll tell you, Jay, right now it seems as though both teams are
Picks up 5.
sleeping through this.
2nd down and 5.
Someone's got to come up and make a big play.
Pike to the near side of the field. I formation in the backfield. Darling, the quarterback, pitches it out to Alexander. Alexander breaking in, and he almost went a long way, but he tripped up.
45.
DeRocher and Zafferson. Zafferson looked like he got a hand on him as he fell down, and then DeRocher completed the tackle.
Once again, a great charge by Jeff DeRoches. Coming right through the Portland line, untouched.
Pickup of a 5 in the play. Timeout for measurement.
Going to call from a measurement. We have 7:25 left in the second quarter. First game of the 91 season for Thornton Academy. You can catch all the games right here on CTV 30. They'll be shown Sunday mornings and Wednesday evenings. You can also catch exciting Old Orchard Beach high school football on CTV 30. And I believe Monday nights and Thursday nights will be the times that they will fly. I didn't see the measurement, Mark.
They did get the first down.
Okay, first down for the Bulldogs. They've had more first downs in this contest, but they have not enjoyed better field position. Thornton has had that from the outset on that opening turnover by the Bulldogs. Pitch out to Alexander. Running right. He is a tough man to bring down.
He was first hit by number 82, Troy Karen.
Gain of 6 on the play, maybe even 7. We'll give him 7. Second and 3.
Scott Alexander picks up 7. Second down and 3 at the 49.
Handoff up the middle.
Steve
Hanlon on the carry.
Brought down by Jim Zafferson once again.
First tackler in there was Jim Zafferson, helped out by Ed Frisbee.
Very close to another first down. We might have another measurement.
It looks like they have it from here, Jay.
Hanlon, a pickup of 3. Timeout for measurement.
And with this timeout at 6:35 of the second quarter, we're going to take a pause. We'll be right back with Thornton Academy High School football on CTV 30.
Practice players of the week. This year they'll honor a defensive and an offensive player. Hanlon picks up the first down. This week's defensive player of the week was Steve Hanlon, and the offensive player, Mike Dante.
Welcome back to Fitzpatrick Stadium in Portland. Jay Harper along with Marc Paquette. Again, the Bulldogs just getting the first down. They have a first and 10 at Thornton Academy's 48-yard line. First time in Trojan territory. Handoff up the middle. It's Napolitano. Actually, Alexander, 34.
Tackler was Ryan Summer.
Trojan defense right now, Jay, just giving way too much on first down. They were allowing the Bulldogs to push them back 2 and 3 yards in the trenches.
And a gain of 5 on the play. And Summer, the safety, making the tackle.
Pickup of 4 in the play by Scott Alexander. Second down and 6 inside
J.C.
the 44.
Russell splits to the near side of the field. Dana Pike to the far. I formation in the backfield. Darling, the quarterback. Pitching it out to Alexander. Around that right side again. He'll pick up another 4 and come up a yard short this time of the first down.
Along with Jeff Marston, make the tackle.
It's never a good sign for the defense when you hear the names of the safety and cornerbacks as the ones that are making the tackle. And right now, that's seems to be the case.
40.
Third and 1.
And 2.
Bulldogs come out. I formation. Handoff is to Alexander. He's plowed his way through there. He gains about 12 on the play. And all the way down to Thornton Academy's 28-yard line. Another first down. And Coach Agresti might think about a defensive timeout at this point.
By Summer.
Great power run by Alexander. And I'll tell you, Jay, right now he's definitely making a case for himself as far as getting the starting job back.
I would think so.
Picks up 12 down to the 28-yard line.
If you're that deep in the backfield, you got one heck of a backfield. Pike comes to this side. Alexander and Hanlon in the backfield.
Alexander.
He slips down and we see a flag fall down on the field. Didn't look like he really threw the flag.
Slips down.
I don't know if we'll see if we'll have a penalty. Holding on the Bulldogs, so they spotted something
No gain of
in the
play.
middle.
Second down
That couldn't have come at a better time. The Trojans needed something to break this momentum.
No question. They'll force him back here 10 and make him go with a 1st and 20 rather than a 2nd and 10, I do believe. And they will.
It's a flag and a play. A penalty against Portland for holding.
I wonder how long it'll be, Mark, before they start announcing the numbers of the person who actually made the hold. They still don't do it in college. They don't do it in high school, but they do it in pros. But the way the high school and college games are progressing with all the media coverage and TV coverage, you think it won't be too far away before they start doing that.
Yeah, that's true, and it definitely would be an incentive not getting caught holding or clipping.
It sure would. With a penalty against the Bulldogs, they'll be all the way back to their own, to Thorne Academy's 39-yard line. 1st and 20. Quick screen out to the right side. Some room out there. Coming up to meet him.
He's brought down by number 18.
Ryan Lasser on that side, giving up a lot of room.
Nice job by Lasser that time, getting around the Portland lineman, giving up only 5 yards only. You know, Jay, right now, really, the Trojans could use something to pump them up. I'm looking over on that sideline, and they look a little mellow over there.
They really do.
Into the Portland lineup. Coming out is number 24, Rich Field.
Okay, Steve Hanlon comes in for Portland. Dana Pike comes to the near side of the field. Darling going back to pass. He's looking out over the middle to his tight end, or maybe to the curling Dana Pike. Couldn't tell if that was intended for Rumpf or for Pike. Whoever it was, it wasn't there. So that brings up a big 3rd down and 17 for the Portland Bulldogs.
Well, Pike was closest to the ball, so we'll say that was intended for him. It was really an underthrown ball.
So a big 3rd down play. Possibly, though, 4-down territory for Portland, so they might just go for 7 or 8 and go for it on 4th down. We'll see what they're looking for here. Dante to the near side of the field. High formation in the backfield. Darling back to pass. Got time. Looking over the middle for Dante. There it is. Great hit. Ryan Summer with a hit, and he popped that ball free.
Hello. I bet you the next time Dante comes over the middle, he's going to be looking for that number.
He had the catch. It would have been complete had not Ryan Summer just nailed him right with the ball and the stomach. And the ball comes free, and it's an incomplete pass, and 4th down now for Portland.
And the key to that one, Jay, was the timing. A fraction earlier, and you have a penalty for roughing the receiver.
Incomplete pass. Makes it 4th and 17.
They're checking with Dante right now down in the field. They're taking a look at him, and he's standing up. Definitely took a shot in the belly. Could be some wind, or it could be a rib, too. A nice shot by Ryan Summer. And as a former safety, I know what a feeling that is to see that guy coming over the middle and the ball. It's just nothing better. A free shot.
Well, the advantage is definitely to the safety. Receivers running over the middle, eyes back on the ball.
And he's now being escorted off the field. It is number 11, Mike Dante. It was a nice pass play. Darling had all kinds of time.
Terrific throw, too, Jay.
Really, it was
right
on the money.
Punting position, Scott Shane.
Shane kicking away, a decent kick. Fielded almost dropped.
The 11.
I believe it's Langstaff. He gets it out to about the 16. He almost fumbled that as he caught it.
It looked as though Thorne Academy had something of a return left on that time. Most of the people seem to be lined up on the left side of the field.
Setting up a wall. The Trojans, 3 minutes left in the first half. No score. They need something right now to get some momentum heading into the locker room. Been a fast-moving first half.
It sure has. Very evenly played.
I would say now the first quarter looked like Thorne had the advantage, but here in the second, Portland has taken charge.
Yeah, they definitely have, and they've had the field position. Right now, Thorne Academy stuck back on their own 16.
1st and 10. Matt LeBlanc into the near side. Pitch out to Troy Karen. Nothing. He'll lose 4 or 5.
Tackle made by number 36, Scott Shane.
And Hanlon and Leveris are tied up with each other. Back about 5 yards into the secondary.
The last
4
He seems to be making his pitch early on that, Jay. I don't know if it's a straight pitch on that or if he's supposed to be coming down the line reading that defensive end.
Portland calls a timeout.
Well, anytime you go to that, if you fake it to your fullback and you go out, the quarterback should have the option of running or pitching. And Kirk Purvis looks like he's definitely looking to pitch it before run it.
An advertisement there. Getting everybody to attend the first Portland hearing.
And that'll bring up
Classic.
second down and 14 for Thornton Academy.
At 10:30 between the Portland
Timeout on the field. Coach Agresti comes out. Not sure who called the timeout, but we have 2:37 left. Thornton now in a very deep hole. They need to use up some time, really, if they don't get the first down. If they don't get the first down, because they'll give Portland enough time to get back in and maybe score before the end of the first half. Well, with this break, we'll take a break. You're watching Thornton Academy High School football on CTV 30.
That'll be the first annual alumni game Saturday after Thanksgiving here at the stadium.
Back at Fitzpatrick Stadium, where Thornton Academy facing a 2nd and 14.
From the 12-yard line.
Ryan Lasser looks like he's in a tailback. No, that's Troy Karen. He gets the football and doesn't get much.
Another timeout by the Bulldogs. They're going to try to get their hands on the ball one more time before the end of the half.
In on the tackle.
Thornton Academy really not having their offense working in the second quarter. First quarter wasn't bad. They still have only one first down, and if I remember back to 2 years ago when Thornton played Portland here at Fitzpatrick Stadium, they didn't have a first down till I think almost the fourth quarter. It was an amazing display of lack of offense for the Trojans. We talked about it at the beginning. Thornton Academy has always had their problems playing at Fitzpatrick Stadium. You mentioned a win back in 1974 for Thornton Academy. 2 years ago they beat, or 3 years ago they beat Cheverus here at Fitzpatrick Stadium, a year when Thornton Academy won the state championship, and a year that Cheverus was not a very good ball team. But other than that, I can't remember any wins at Fitzpatrick Stadium. 77 and 78 we played here back-to-back my junior and senior year. We had to play here both years in a row because of the switch in the schedules, and we weren't happy about that because we came here and got blown out our junior year. The senior year we came back, we had a game, looked like one with 3 minutes to go, 15-12 we were up. Bad snap to the punter, and Portland went in and scored, and they beat us by 2 touchdowns because they picked off a pass right at the end too. So we walked out of here winless 2 years in a row. A very tough place for Thornton over the years, and again, having their problems tonight. Third down now and 11. And a very conservative handoff to Leveris, and a late stick in there for Portland. We could see a flag on that one. We do. That was a late hit for the Bulldogs. Personal foul. It'll give the Trojans a first down, and just a bad break. And I'll tell you what, that was one of the biggest cheap shots I've ever seen. A kid come running in way late and sticks his helmet in there. That could be a spearing call. That kid could be tossed. No question about it.
Not a real intelligent play by that Bulldog player.
No, that may have cost him a chance at getting 6 points before the end of the first half.
And I'm sure his coach will have a few choice words for him in the locker room at halftime.
I would think so. That was just terrible. Poor sportsmanship. A late hit like that, no need of it. He cost his team and almost cost a football player an injury. You don't come flying in like that late with a helmet, and it looked like his helmet hit Leveris right on his helmet.
Well, Leveris got up slowly with his helmet off. He seems to be all right now. I'd love to see Thornton Academy catch Portland off guard right now and open it up.
They've been known to do it. That's the break maybe they were looking for. 2:22 left, first half. Now 1st and 10 for the Trojans. Only their second of the first half. High formation. Troy Karen, the tailback. Hand off to Karen. He got a little bit of room. Cutting outside, still on his feet. He'll gain about 5 on the play. And the clock moves under the 2-minute mark.
Looked as though there was going to be a huge hole there when he first got the ball, but it was closed quickly by Dana Pike of the secondary.
Thing about Troy, he runs so straight up I wish he would bend down a little more and really blast, and then when he meets some tacklers, he would bend down a little more. He's a straight-up runner, kind of like an Eric Dickerson type, and sometimes that costs him to not get the extra yardage because he's so straight up they can easily push him back. Second down now and 6. Leveris back in the lineup. Leveris fakes a football, he keeps it. He gets forward almost to a first down. He'll be just short. It'll be 3rd and inches. Clock now, maybe a time for Coach Agresti to try a timeout. They're giving Thornton Academy some tough spots. I've been watching the last couple, and every time they're moving it back a half a yard.
Jay, on that play, Kurt Purvis ran that perfectly. He waited for the defensive end to commit himself. When the defensive end took the back, he cut up inside. We need more of that from Kirk this evening, and especially in the second half.
3rd and 1. Portland pushing everybody up front. Power backfield. Motion back, handoff Leveris. He's got the first down. Now a timeout for Thornton Academy, no doubt. Got to use one. They're yelling it in. No one's used it, and now they have 52 seconds left in the first half, and Thornton Academy picks up now their 3rd first down.
You know why Leveris has a leg, Jay?
Well, they didn't use the first down, the timeout, because they are moving the chain, so they stopped the clock on that. And the clock moves now down to 45. Purvis fakes the handoff, looking downfield, going deep. Man sprinting out, Agresti, he's got it! See you later! Touchdown, Trojans! No flags!
And that's just what we were waiting for, Jay. Portland was sitting on the run. They fell asleep in the secondary. Great pass and catch.
That's Lasur, not Agresti. Lasur into lineup at wideout, and you saw his blazing speed. Apologies to Ryan Lasur, just flying down that sideline. And a perfect pass laid it out there for him.
Excellent pass by Kirk Purvis.
And there it is, capitalizing on the big mistake. And I'll tell you what, that person that had the personal foul, we didn't see his number, but hey, you just cost your team maybe a 14-point swing in a football game.
Well, we'll just say thank you very much.
Beautiful pass. Lasur, he's being used in different looks. He lost out the starting quarterback job to Kirk Purvis, and he's a great athlete. He can run the football, runs the option, great at quarterback, but you can also see what else he can do, and maybe he's just so good. Coach Agresti decided to hold him off quarterback and put him in different positions to do something just like that for you. I thought maybe that that was a little too quick for Craig Agresti. He doesn't have that burn-him-out speed like we just saw. When that ball was up in the air, Lasur was about a yard and a half behind.
That's right.
That he had to pick up, so he blew off the receiver by about 3 yards because the receiver was actually in front of him, the defender, and he blew out, made the great catch, and then just pranced on in. A 58-yard strike. Purvis to Lasur, and Art Leveris in
Holding for Art Leveris.
for the extra point. Kick up and good, and the Trojans up on top, 7-0.
Thornton Academy taking a 7-0 lead.
With 37 seconds left.
That's definitely going to give them something to build on for the second half.
And we said it, maybe they could do this, and they've been known to strike quick. Last year against Portland, right before the end of the first half, Thornton was up 7-0. Time was running out. It looked like we're going into the locker room with only a 7-0 lead. Leveris, a little simple handoff to the left side, that little counter back that they liked to run last year, and boom, Leveris goes 86 yards, and that just demoralized Portland and set the tone for the scoreless second half that we saw.
He hasn't thrown often this evening, but he seems to throw a very nice pass. And let's not forget, early in the game, Craig Agresti was open going up the middle, just slightly thrown behind him. So I think that Portland's secondary is susceptible to getting some yardage in the air.
Well, we talked before we went on tonight with our telecast about why maybe Coach Agresti went with Kirk Purvis over Ryan Lasur. It was a very heated and close battle at quarterback, but Purvis obviously has the better passing arm. Lasur obviously the better option runner, but Purvis has come on strong in running the option, improved a lot, and decided to go with a passer, and maybe a good reason because you can use Lasur in other looks, and boy, we saw his blazing speed on that nice pass and catch.
Obviously, Ryan, a great receiver.
Leveris punches it down. It's fielded by J.C. Russell at the 20, fighting up the middle. Nice run. He gets out to about the 33-yard line. 29 seconds left in the first half, and the Bulldogs will take over.
I'll tell you, Jay, I was watching Zafferson running all the way down the field on that. No one wanted to get in his way.
He's a hungry football player. And a great defensive end.
With a 13-yard kickoff return up to the 33. Willett, first and 10.
Pike to the near side. Dante to the far. Napolitano and Alexander. Hand off to Alexander. Fumbles the football. Luckily, a lineman picking it up. DeMillo, number 77. Wow, that could have been another big blow for the Bulldogs. And that'll run out the first half.
It would be wise for Portland. Just sit on it right now and let it run out.
And it's going to. And that's going to do it. Thornton Academy striking with 37 seconds left in the first half. A 58-yard pass from Kirk Purvis to Ryan Lasser. They lead this contest over the Portland Bulldogs 7-0.
The only scoring late in the half. Kirk Purvis to Ryan Lasser, 58 yards. Extra point kick by Art Leveris. They played 82 games prior to tonight. Thornton Academy's won 41, Portland 37, and there have been 4 ties.
Close. Welcome back to Fitzpatrick Stadium. Jay Harper along with Marc Paquette, our cameraman for tonight, Mark Pickard. At the end of the first half, Thornton Academy striking with 36 seconds left. They're on top 7-0. The statistics for the first half, Mark, really not a big deal. Kirk Purvis passing 1 for 2. He threw one pass to Agressi, a pass he maybe should have caught, and then the bomb to Ryan Lasser, 58 yards and a touchdown, but 1 for 2 for 58 yards. Looks pretty impressive.
Yeah, it does on the stat sheet. And as we expected, Art Leveris really not much of a factor. They tried to get Troy Karen going. Couldn't seem to get a substantial drive. And at the end of the second quarter, that long pass, hopefully Thornton will be able to open things up again in this second half.
Darling for the Portland Bulldogs, Mark Darling, the quarterback, he was 2 for 6 in the first half for 11 yards, so not much in the way of passing. He was very close to a couple of nice completions, but a good defensive play on one and just overthrowing the other. He has only 11 yards in his 2 completions. Thornton Academy, again, capitalizing on that big mistake by the Portland Bulldogs. They hurt themselves 2 times with penalties. Once offensively when they had the holding call that pushed them back when they were driving, and that got them out of the first down situation. They had to punt the ball away right before Thornton took over for their drive of, well, actually it was a drive of about 80 yards, and it was helped by that big penalty when Scott Alexander, their great running back who has been quite frankly, the outstanding runner so far in this contest, came in late and helmeted Leveris, a late hit, personal foul, gave the Trojans the first down. Trojans picked up another one on 3 running plays, and then on a 1st and 10, Kirk Purvis airing it out. Ryan Lasser just blowing by his defender, making a great catch, scampering in, and that's where we stand right now. Trojans 7, the Bulldogs nothing. A very quiet first half until the end, and Thornton Academy has been, as I said, very notorious for that. They'll strike quickly, and they like striking late, whether it's late in the first half or late in a contest. That's when they seem to come up with some big plays.
Well, I know I needed that play to kind of get me going and wake me up, Jay.
It was a kind of quiet first half, a defensive struggle, and Portland actually controlling it in the second quarter. Thornton had the better of it in the first, but Thornton Academy with the break and the nice pass leads 7-0. I'm a little bit surprised that the Trojans are on top right now, but they look pretty good defensively. They've given up some yards, but they've had the big play. I'd like to see their offense get going here and control the football and eat up some of the clock in the second half and get Art Leveris on the ground going. They have stayed away from giving him the football to try to get Portland to key on other things so they could open him up, but maybe it's now the time to just give it to him and see what he can do.
Exactly, and it's time for the Trojan defense to step up. Last time the Bulldogs had the ball, they had a good drive going, Jay, but a penalty on first down moved them back 10 yards, and they were never able to recover from that.
This, the 100th season for Portland football, and they have 499 wins, looking for number 500 tonight in the opening contest. And we just got some stats on the overall contest between Thornton and Portland, dating back to 1893. The Trojans with 41 victories, the Bulldogs with 37, and there has been 4 ties. A pretty even matchup over the years.
Exactly, and hopefully after this evening it'll be their 42nd win.
Alexander has it deep, 6-yard line, bursting up the middle, look out! And a nice tackle put on by number 30 for the Trojans, Dan Raymond.
Saving tackle by Raymond. If he'd have got by him, he'd have had 6.
Alexander trying to make up quickly for his personal foul and almost did it. A 34-yard return. He fielded that at his own 6-yard line. And he's out just over the 40-yard line. First down and 10 for the Bulldogs. They send Pike in motion. And off to Alexander, breaking out this way, and a nice tackle by Matt Sear, number 34.
Good job by Matt, filling that hole. He came up right the minute the ball was handed off to Alexander.
Sear playing the rover linebacker, and that's the one that usually gets pass coverage in Thornton Academy's defense. And a nice job on that one, because there was a lot of room to this side had he not made the tackle. I formation once again. J.C. Russell split to this side for Portland. Hand off to the deep back Alexander. He's tripped up, and he'll gain about 1 on the play. That'll bring up a 3rd down and 6. A long 6 for Portland. And a big play for the Trojans to start this second half.
And on the first 2 plays, Jay, I've noticed, especially inside on the line for Thornton Academy, they're not coming up and popping the linemen for Portland. They're letting the linemen come to them. They're standing straight up. And if they're going to do that, they're going to be pushed all over the field.
You wouldn't think you'd expect that from Ed Presby and a Jeff Baker, especially Presby. He started there all of last year, and he was a solid performer. 3rd down and 6. Dante to the near side. Darling back to pass, looking out this way, curling in his Pike, and he was there, but he dropped it.
Beautiful throw again.
Lasser fell down on the coverage, so he had all kinds of room, did Dana Pike. But he was kind of slipping down and was off to his side and dropped the pass. So it'll bring up a 4th down and 7 punting situation for the Bulldogs. Dropping back deep for Thornton Academy is Ryan Lasser and David Langstaff.
Kicking to Lasser and Langstaff.
Shane very busy in the first half, and he hasn't had much success. Another high short kick. Again, though, it takes a nice bounce, and Langstaff has to get away from it. A great roll all the way down to the 20-yard line.
A 15-yard kick with a 20-yard roll after.
Very lucky. Those short kicks are very tough for anyone to field. Art Leveris in the middle, the short man, actually could take a chance and put a fair catch up and field that ball, but in a lot of heavy traffic, that's a tough play to make.
Well, Langstaff making the right move, staying away from the ball. The Trojans now have the ball. Hopefully they can go on a long drive.
1st and 10, ball just out over their own 20-yard line. Agresti comes to the near side. Samaras set up as a Z-back, wide to the far side. Purvis bobbles a snap, he carries it, and he'll get nothing. Looked like he bobbled a snap a little bit, Mark.
I was watching the linemen on that, Jay, checking to see what type of surge they were getting.
And how was it?
We didn't get a chance to find out.
Ball is back inside the 20.
2nd and 11.
2nd down.
Trojans send Matt Sear and Agresti to this side. Handoff back the other way is Leveris. He knocks off a gain of about 5.
Good job by Art, picking his hole, going around the read, gain of 5. Once again, I'd love to see them go up top.
Officials timeout on the field. And so far, the defensive line for Portland, Joe Johnson, Mike DeMillo, Gallon Gullett, Steve Stinson, and Dave Rumpf have really controlled Thornton Academy's offensive line. And talking with Coach Agresti before tonight's game, he said the key to this one is up front on the offensive line, whether his kind of unchallenged, untested front line will hold up against Portland's very experienced defense. Pass out to the side, wide open is Willett. He makes the catch and rambles forward for a gain of about 25.
Portland having a very difficult time this evening, picking up their reads on those backs and receivers coming up right up the middle. Doug open by a good 8 yards that time when he caught the ball.
And that's just a T9 33 pop pass, and the tight end just releases outside and goes straight down the field. And they use that to Chris Paquette very successfully over the last 2 years, and Willett wide open that time. Hand off Leveris. He's got some room.
Ooh, looks like a face mask there.
And he gets out for a gain of about 8 yards on the play. And they're starting to spring Art Leveris now. Again, another great spot by the official down the field. He's off by about a half a yard.
And if the Trojans can pick up 5 to 8 yards on first down, continue to do this, they're going to be in the driver's seat.
Second down and 3.
Second and 3 now. High formation. Leveris again, the ball carrier. Fighting. He'll get the first down. And Leveris now starting to exploit that Portland defense.
Great sign, getting the big guy in the offense. It's what we've been waiting for.
Kirk Purvis now 2 for 3 for 83 yards. Nice numbers.
Down to the 40. Thorn Academy with another first down.
Agresti and Matt Sear split to this side of the field. I formation, Karen and Leveris. Hand off, Leveris. No, Purvis keeps it. And that was a poor read that time by Kirk Purvis, because Leveris had a hole up through the middle.
Galen Gillette, one of the tacklers.
Very tough play for the quarterback, Mark. Did you get to run much options when you quarterbacked for Thornton Academy?
Yeah, we ran out of the power I, but we did run a lot of option, and it is a tough call, because there's a fraction of a second between handing the ball to the fullback or keeping it yourself.
And that time Purvis making the wrong choice. 2nd and 12 now. Back to pass. Curling in is Agresti. Makes the catch. Steps around one man. Back across for a nice pickup.
Good job by Agresti to sidestep the would-be tackler and get another 3 yards.
Napolitano, Gillette, all in on the tackles.
And that's a gain of about 7 on the play. We'll call it 6, so he was behind the line of scrimmage by 2. Actually 7.
8-yard pass play. Purvis to Agresti.
PA announcer says 8, but
4 inside the 35-yard line.
So that's a 3rd down now and 5 for the Trojans. Hand off Leveris, left side, he's got a hole. Breaking outside, 1 man, 2 man. See you later, touchdown, Art Leveris. His first of the 1991 season.
Put it on the board. 2 tacklers. Leveris just shook them off like they weren't even there and rambled in the end zone.
35 yards, Art Leveris. That very familiar play, just the slant off that left side, and that's what he did last year to Portland. Had 2 of those, as we mentioned earlier, 1 for 45 and 1 for 86. That was the very same play right there. Just a 33 give. And Leveris, once he gets into the secondary, you are not going to tackle him unless you really hit him hard and hit him very low. 2 men tried to, he just stepped right over him.
And a great job by the offensive line opening up that hole, Jay, on the left side.
A very impressive 80-yard drive for the Trojans. Delay a game against Thornton Academy. That'll put Leveris back 5 yards, but with his leg, shouldn't be much of a problem for him.
Not a disadvantage for Art.
Not really. And Leveris now helps his numbers on that nice drive. He gained about 50 of it himself. And Leveris has his first touchdown of 1991, and that should put him career-wise about the 250-something points of his 2-year career, and working on 3, and what everyone expects, and something he should have gotten last year. Another penalty. See how far they're trying to push Art back here.
Yeah, I don't think Art has anything to prove to the Trojan fans, but I personally feel he was snubbed last year with the postseason selections.
He really was. I know many of them thought, and I thought, he should have been the Fitzpatrick winner. And then on the All-State team, he was picked 2nd team. Kind of hard to believe. A low kick. Looks like he punched it right. Pushed it right. So Art Leveris misses his 2nd attempt. That could be a factor in this contest. But with 6:15 left, Thornton Academy now on top by the score of 13-0. Well, Mark, just like we said, we'd like to see them come out in the 3rd quarter and have a nice, long, sustained drive. And that time around, an 80-yard one. We saw a little bit of everything on that drive, but mostly we saw the big fullback, Art Leveris.
And right now, if you're the Thornton Academy defense, you want to come out there and really stuff Portland right at the line. Portland has got to get something going here soon, Jay.
They certainly do. Down 2 touchdowns. They have not been known to strike quickly over the years, but this year's offense is very potent. Darling can run and pass, and they have the very dangerous Scott Alexander. And Nick Napolitano really hasn't gotten the ball that much tonight. I'm surprised because he's a very, very good running back. He was outstanding last year.
Yeah, it is very surprising that Portland really has not, aside from the end of the second quarter, hasn't done much offensively this evening.
Well, we had Leveris showcased in that drive, but also had 2 nice passes. Kirk Purvis to Doug Willett for 25 and to Craig Agresti for 7. The kickoff by Leveris off to the side. Fielded over there by number 33, Galen Gullett. And he's fighting, gets by 2 tacklers, going to the side, and he'll be brought down just over the 25-yard line out to the 26.
Great pursuit. A host of tacklers down there.
As we like to say in the sports world, football, a host of tacklers.
14-yard kickoff return.
They were hosting
25.
the returner.
Portland, 1st and 10.
And they spot the ball at the 25-yard line where the Bulldogs will take over 1st and 10, trailing 13-0. Pike comes to the near side of the field. I formation in the backfield. Darling fakes, looking out. Passing out over the middle. Agresti again cutting in and drops the football. A great read by Craig Agresti, but unable to come up with it. They were headed for the tight end, Dave Rumpf. And Agresti left his man. He was covering Pike. He left his man when he read the eyes of Darling, but the ball eludes him once again.
When the ball left the quarterback's hand, Rumpf seemed to be wide open. Agresti came out of nowhere to knock that down.
But again, a ball maybe he could have caught. He did do a great read, though. A great play.
I'm sure Craig is talking to himself right now.
Darling again. The draw, though, to Alexander. He's got some room. Cutting up the middle. Breaking 1 tackle. Dragged down, but not until he picks up 12 yards and a Portland 1st down.
Scott Alexander, a pickup of 13.
Good call by the Bulldogs. I guess they anticipated that Thorne would be thinking pass. Linebackers dropping back. And a huge hole there on the left side.
They love that draw, and they love the screen pass. We have yet to see the screen pass. Second time they've worked the draw to perfection. Handoff Alexander. Not much this time. Marston in late on the tackle, along with DeRocher
Tacklers on that play.
and Jeff
45,
Baker.
Jeff DeRocher. 46, Jeff Marston.
That'll bring up 2nd down and 9.
Inside the 40. 2nd down, 8.
Pitch out to Napolitano.
Great job. Dougie Willett.
First tackler was number 35.
Doug stayed at home that time, forced him to run up inside, and then brought him down.
Also helping out was Jeff DeRocher.
A gain of just about 2. It'll be 3rd down and 7. Big play now for the Bulldogs. They got to produce.
Pickup of 1.
Right now, we need the linebackers to stay at home and watch that draw. That has hurt Thorne a little bit this evening.
They bring Dana Pike and Mike Dante to the near side. Rumpf split out wide to the far. Darling straight drop. Looking out. Fakes, fires. And he makes the catch, but he'll be short of the 1st down.
Darling to Dante.
And they're giving him a great spot. Look at this. Look at that spot. That's a joke.
Just getting rid of the ball, though, Jay. Jim Zafferson right on him the minute he threw it to bring him down.
Again, we'll have to question the spotting ability of these officials.
It's a 6-yard pass.
He is short.
The 41 out to the 47.
And Coach Mike Bailey yelling in. He wants a measurement. And they'll now give it to him. We have 3:51 left in the 3rd quarter. Thornton Academy 13, the Portland Bulldogs nothing. You're watching Thornton Academy High School football on CTV 30. We're going to take a pause, and we'll be right back after these messages. Fourth down and a foot, and the Bulldogs taking a big chance here in the third quarter. 3:45 left, and the ball at their own 46-yard line. Fakes the handoff. Darling has it. No, who has it? Up the middle and a first down. Boy, it looked like a late handoff from Darling, but they were able to get the ball off to, I believe, Napolitano. No, it's Alexander in there, coming out late.
He almost got the ball caught up on Napolitano.
That's what it looked like.
Messy exchange, but a good second effort got him the first down.
Scott Alexander picks up
So a big risk
and a first down.
for Coach Mike Bailey,
At the Thornton 49.
but it pays off. A first down now at midfield, just over midfield into TA territory. Got a counter play to Dana Pike, cutting up the
Hand off
middle.
to Dana Pike.
He gets crunched in there. Ryan Summer coming in, putting a nice hit late. Sir tackling.
Palmer.
And we'll see who the last man to get up is, and we'll give him credit. Jeff
Along with number 45.
DeRocher.
Jeff DeRocher. All in on the tackle.
And right now, the way the things have been going for the Bulldogs this evening, they're due for a big penalty or a miscue.
The 45-yard line.
J.C. Russell comes to the near side. Napolitano, Alexander in the I formation. Pike goes in motion. Trojans mixed up a little bit. Alexander gets the pitch, cut outside. Still going, and a nice tackle by LeSueur, grabbing the jersey.
Ryan LeSueur.
But looks like very close, if not a first down for the Bulldogs.
Should be another first down, and it is.
Please report to the press box. Kim Van Bever, please report to the press box.
So Portland now with a nice drive of their own, eating up a lot of the clock, but we still have a whole fourth quarter to go. They started on their own 25 now, just inside the 40-yard line of the Trojans. First down and 10. Pike comes in motion to the near side of the field. Fakes the pitch, handoff to Napolitano up the middle.
Napolitano.
And DeRocher in on the stop for Thornton Academy. That's that little fake pitch and quick handoff.
Good job again by Zafferson to slow him down in the backfield.
Pace has picked up here in the third quarter. Under 2 minutes
Picks
now.
up 4. Ball is just outside the 35. Second down, 6.
Pitch out to Alexander, coming this way. He's got a hole again. And he'll get another first down. Boy, they're just giving him so much room to those. It's just a basic pitch to the outside, and Alexander is able to pick up 7 or 8 yards every time.
Portland is really moving Thornton off the line of scrimmage right now.
A play like that, it's your outside linebackers and defensive ends. Somebody
A gain of 9 by Scott Alexander.
is getting blown out and not being able to come up there in pursuit.
Portland, first and 10.
Another official's timeout.
Official timeout.
Alexander with a very short haircut, fixing his helmet down on the field. Zoom in on that nice do there, Mark. Yeah, what's he got written on top of his head? He's got a mohawk.
Looks like he's purchased the Mohawk Master.
Haircut of the night award going to Scott Alexander.
Unfortunately, he still has more hair than I do.
Alexander gets the helmet fixed. It's first down and 10 for the Bulldogs. Fakes the handoff. Now handoff to Napolitano. He's punished. Ball comes free. Looked like a little late.
Jeff Baker.
And that's what Thornton Academy needs. They need more of that type of line surge. Number 72, Jeff Baker, in there right off to hit him before he reached the line of scrimmage.
They were able to stop Napolitano when he does carry the ball tonight. It's Alexander. Maybe the Trojans came in here keying on Napolitano, and it's Alexander getting the bulk of the ball carrying. Loss of 3 on the play. It'll be 2nd and 13. J.C. Russell comes to the near side. Pike split wide to the far. Hand off Alexander. He crunched again. A nice hit in there. Check the number of that train.
I believe it was Jeff Marston.
Oh, DeRocher again. DeRocher having himself a third quarter. He is fired up. And that's another great stick. Bring up 3rd and 13. Again, a big play here. Let it get some tape rolling.
So what is it, 4 downs on each side?
Number 61, Josh Knox in for Thornton Academy.
Back at Fitzpatrick Stadium, Jay Harper along with Marc Paquette. Cameraman tonight, Mark Pickard. We're looking at a 4th down and 1 situation for Thornton Academy. 1 minute and 2 seconds left. The score is tied, and it looks like Coach Agresti is going to go to the punt. Surprise, Mark?
Well, myself, actually, I'm not. I don't think he wants to take the chance of giving Portland the ball on the Trojan 40-yard line.
Lawson is in punting position.
Do they fake it here?
Well, I'm sure Portland's going to be looking for it.
And Alexander, the deep for Portland.
Trying to draw him off. Late snap, it's there. Kick is away. Kick off to the side. See the bounce, a bad bounce. Lawson's kicking. He doesn't get the benefit of a good bounce. His always seems to bounce back, where on the other side, Portland's Shane Scott has always had great bounces. Penalty down on the field. We'll check this one.
There's a flag on the field.
Could it be that the Bulldogs are going to give us back the ball? No?
Kirk Purvis coming back on the field.
Talking to the Thornton captain.
B.G. Chabot, the center back on the field.
It may have been after the kick, though.
Oh, my. Though, the offense is out there. Why would the offense be on the field? Unbelievable. Down to 48 seconds. Boy, they said this was going to be close, and couldn't be any closer at this point. 48 seconds left, tied at 13. It's against Portland.
Once again, Jay.
Thornton with a big break. Will they capitalize? Unbelievable. The Bulldogs have to feel so bad. It was a personal foul penalty, a 15-yarder.
Jay, what is Art Leveris' range as far as field goal kicking?
I believe he can get it through from about 40 to 45 yards. Believe it or not, the kid has a foot. So if they can get it to roughly the 23, 24-yard line, that puts it back with a 7-yard hold at about the 30, 31. He could get one across.
One good 20-yard pass is what they need then.
Yep. 1st and 10. Unbelievable. Purvis back to pass. Got time. Fires for Willett. He's got it. Breaking out. He's down to the 30-yard line. 38 seconds left. They'll stop the clock to move the chains.
Get right on the line, boys.
Portland has hurt themselves tonight, and it may end up costing them the ball game. They came back in a great fashion to tie this up, but now another big penalty, and the Trojans are back in business. 1st and 10. Samaras to this side. Agresti to the far. Fakes. Looking out for Agresti. He's got him
again.
Turning outside. Got to get out of bounds. Dives forward. He's at the 20, though. Within range.
They have one timeout left also.
Within range. The clock's still moving. Got to call timeout.
Call the timeout.
16 seconds. Give yourself one more play.
Well, at this point...
Boy, I don't know if they'll have time. They'd have to line him up again real quick. Decision time for Coach Agresti. Unbelievable. As much time as they gave him. They should try for a measurement here. Say, hey, give us a measurement. Give us a measurement. Look at it. It's right on the marker.
It does appear to be a 1st down.
And they should move the chains, and that'll stop the clock. Thornton stays right over the ball. Get one more play. Okay? If it's complete, you use your last timeout. If it's incomplete, you got another play. Thornton Academy now actually within range, though, of Leveris. Hard to believe it might come down to his foot.
And it is a 1st down, Jay.
Because so many people have talked about that. Get out on the ball, get out on the ball. They'll start the clock. They'll start it right there. Clock winds.
Yeah.
They're not moving it. It should be rolling.
1st down at the 20.
Hand off Leveris. Up the middle.
Timeout.
He gets forward.
They've run
No clock. Clock never moved. Now it's moving.
Napolitano was there, and also Stinson.
Thornton Academy just got about 6-7 seconds.
Timeout. Thornton Academy.
Well, here we go, Jay.
Here it is. Here comes the field goal unit. Deja vu from the 1990 season to 1991. We can hardly believe it, but yes, it's true. John Heffernan wrote about it. He predicted a miss.
Now, that's all right.
Well, the thing is, Thornton Academy, you know, looking at the clock, waited a few seconds for the call timeout, too, so they couldn't expire them. 4 seconds is enough time. The only thing you would like to see is the timeout with about 9 or 10 where they originally had it, because if you bad snap, you recover it, you got one more chance because it's only second down here. You'd have one more chance to kick it again. Leveris will set up what will be a about 34-yarder. Last year, I believe it was 36. Remembering back to last year, it may have been 34 last year. It was right in that area when he beat Lewiston. Unbelievable. Thornton Academy getting a big break. Personal foul to Portland to score their first touchdown right before the half. They punted the ball away. Portland was taken over, and they looked like they had themselves 48 seconds to come back. But instead, a personal foul again against Portland. Thornton Academy a first down. A nice pass to Willett. Nice pass to Agresti.
Now all they need is for Art Leveris to complete the job.
Unofficially, I have Kirk Purvis 7 for 8 for 168 yards. What an opening night for him.
Unbelievable.
And it's all come down to this. Mr. Leveris, Mr. Amazing, I like to call him. Purvis will be the holder.
Now Portland calls a timeout. Try to freeze out a little bit.
Yes, we're pumped.
But Art's been there before.
Yes. Art, we're cheering for you. You put this through, I'll mail in my vote for Fitzy winner right now. Coach Agresti shouting out instructions to his line. Hold off. Whatever they do, they can't let them in for the block. Let Leveris at least get it up in the air. Got a nice angle for a right-footed kicker. Just over on the right hash mark. Towards the right side of the field. There's actually no breeze tonight. If you take a look at the flagpole, which is right over there.
Here we go, Jay.
It is straight down. There's nothing moving. Purvis the holder. I can't see the snapper. If Shabbat is the snapper, a lot will depend on his snap. 34-yard field goal. 8 seconds left. The hold is down. The kick is up. It's blocked.
Better get on it, Jay.
Picked up. Still on the loose. And it's down in this ball game. How is there only still 4 seconds left? 8 seconds with a snap. This game should be over. This is a joke.
Definitely having some problems with the clock.
This is a joke. This game's over. There was 4 seconds. The clock never moved. It was blocked. It looked like he had tons of foot on it, too.
Well, the official scorer should be able to make up this difference on the field.
There's no way. There was 4 seconds to start this thing. The clock never moved.
It's moving now. Portland won't even get a playoff, Jay. They don't get a playoff.
They don't get the playoff.
Unbelievable, though.
And one
8
of those
seconds.
crazy finishes. The official scorer just unbelievable up on the thing. But do we remember, did they go to overtime back in these? They used to go to overtime. Did they do it again? Yes, they do. And I don't know. If I was the official down the field, I'd have a talk with the scorer up in the booth. He had with 14 seconds, the Thornton ran that play, the clock never moved. So we'll go to overtime. Thornton Academy. Looked like Leveris had all kinds of foot on that, too. That was pumped solidly, but didn't get incredible height on it, probably trying to get it out there, get the distance. And someone broke up through the middle, blocked that. We didn't get the number on that, but a big play for the Bulldogs, and we're tied at 13 heading towards overtime. I forgot about the overtime, Mark, to be quite frank with you.
Did you really?
Yeah, with all the excitement, I'm just thinking we're going to go to a tie. They adopted that rule a number of years ago, but wasn't around when we played football.
Unbelievable, though. All the mistakes that the Bulldogs have made this evening, and they're finding themselves going into an overtime game.
Well, again, just an incredible night. Kirk Purvis having himself a football game. So is Art Leveris. Sad thing is, we'll never know if Art had that one online and heading through the uprights. Sounded like he had good foot on it.
Run 3 minutes. 3 minutes. And then they'll start the overtime.
Okay, they're going to take a 3-minute pause and start the overtime. While we have that, we'll just quickly talk about the play and that bizarre turn of events right there. Thorn Academy going back to their 4th and 1 all the way down here. They didn't get it. Portland all the way down the field. The touchdown by Alexander, who has been the star in this contest. He's had his name mentioned both running the football and carrying this Bulldog team, but also allowing Thornton to get on the board before the first half with a personal foul. But then the extra point, both extra points were missed wide right, low lining kicks. A very similar way where Thornton scored their 2 touchdowns in a row, Portland right back to score their 2, and both missing when they were attempting to score their 14th point. Well, as we let the clock wind down, we're going to take a pause, and we'll come back with overtime. Thornton Academy and Portland tied at 13. We'll be back right after this. Back at Fitzpatrick Stadium, Jay Harper along with Marc Paquette. Marc, let's set the stage for this overtime. They'll flip the coin, decide who gets to go first with the offense. Each team putting the ball, I believe, at their 10-yard line. Correct. They'll get 4 plays. If Thornton Academy goes first, they score, kick the extra point. That means they have 7, and then Portland goes down, gets their chance. If they score, go for 2 and get it, they could win. Or if they miss the extra point, they could tie again. And then I'm not sure if they go to second overtime or not. It's been so long since I've seen an overtime game. I don't even know if I've ever seen one in high school football, to tell you the truth. Because back when they adopted the rule, I was living in Florida and was not watching high school football. In the 3 years I've been doing Thornton's games, I have never seen them go to overtime. So I'm not sure if they'll go to a second one or not. But regardless, if Portland goes first and Thornton stuffs them, they come down, run 2 plays, go to the field goal to Leveris. Again, he kicks it good. They win right there. Whoever scores the most points in their 4 plays wins this contest.
And we could be here for a while. I'll tell you, Jay, though, this game is one in few that has definitely lived up to its hype. Everything I read about the game, all the talk in town, everybody said this was going to be just a tremendous game, and it has been.
Tri-captains meeting at midfield. Joe Johnson, number 50 for Portland, along with number 40, Nick Napolitano. And also in there is number 62 for Portland, the big guy, Steve Stinson, who's 6'4", 285 pounds. Leveris, McLeod, the injured player down there with his game jersey on, no pads. And BG Shabbat. If Thornton wins, I believe they'll make Portland go first to see what they do, and then that'll determine them, I would think. We don't know what the officials are giving us right now. They'll defend that goal down there, I guess.
It appears Thornton Academy will have the ball first.
We're set for our first overtime game on CTV 30 of Thornton Academy High School football. And what a contest this has been. We've seen some great stuff for Thornton, and we've also seen some lackluster performance. Defensively, the Trojans fell apart in that 4th quarter.
It appears that Portland won the toss, elected to have Thornton Academy go first.
And that's
They'll
the
have
case.
4 chances.
Whoever wins
10-yard line.
the flip of the coin would more than likely elect to defend first, see what the other team does. So Thornton Academy has to go in now and stuff it down their throats.
And this could work against the Bulldogs also. Thornton comes out with a quick score.
But then the big decision, quick score, do you kick the 1 point? Or do you go for 2 and try to really put the pressure on Portland?
Well, I would say if they score, I would go for the 1. Put the pressure on Portland to have to score and go for 2 for the win.
Okay, Thornton Academy setting up, ball at the 10-yard line. Overtime at Fitzpatrick Stadium, a place where Thornton Academy has notoriously had trouble winning. I formation, aggressively split out. Samaras to the near side. Handoff Leveris, up the middle, nothing.
Nothing there, Jay.
Dave Rumpf nails Kirk Purvis after the handoff. Says, hello, Kirk.
Steve Stinson at the bottom of the pile.
I would right here in 2nd down, Mark, go for pass. Purvis has been
Down to the 8.
near perfect. I mean, realistically, he could be perfect. The one drop pass. And I would go right here, try to get Agresti man-for-man coverage to the outside of the field and either square him in or have him come in and out. Okay, Agresti to the far side. He has sole coverage out there with Darling. Fakes, they're looking right that way. Z in, almost intercepted. And that was the play. I was looking for it. They went for it. And it's going to bring up a big third down now. Craig trying to go over and talk to his dad and coach, Mr. Agresti, trying to tell him something. He saw something there, so we'll see what Craig spotted, if anything. A big third down play. Now, if you're throwing Academy and you don't get it here and you got 4th down and 10, or 4th and 8, do you kick the field goal? It's an amazing decision. This is a coach's nightmare, I would think.
It is.
It really has to be. Coach Agresti calls a timeout now, 3rd down and a long 8. And that play, Portland was looking for it. We thought they might do that this time around. I would have looked for that right on 1st down. Would have went right for the juggler on 1st down and tried to slant over the middle with Craig Agresti. Now you got your options, though. They could try that pop pass again. That's been very successful to Doug Willett. They worked that twice.
And let's not forget, right now it looks as though George Samaras is in the lineup. Extremely quick. Very tough to cover in the end zone.
Be nice to have a Tom Langstaff right now. Just send him to the corner, the old corner pass, the timing route, put it up in the air. More than likely, Tom Langstaff would come down with it. Great athlete. And what a performance he and Matt Cook and Guy Pickard had in the Lobster Bowl Classic. Congratulations to those 3. Outstanding performances this year. And now all heading off to college.
That's the final score. Benefit 34, number 6.
All right, 3rd down and 10. I formation. Samaras this way. Fumbled snap. Purvis on it, and now it's 4th down and 10. Unbelievable.
Looks like they are going to kick the field goal, Jeff.
Fumble in air recovered by the quarterback.
Well, one way or another, it's going to come down to Leveris' foot. But now it's going to be all on the backs of the defense. And what a tough, tough situation.
I still feel good about this thing, though. I just have a feeling the Trojans are going to pull this game out.
And that's the pressure of going first. You would have loved to have seen Portland go first. Oh, no. Over his head. Purvis trying to pick it up. He's tackled. No points for Thornton Academy. So now,
unbelievable.
We'll go down to the other end, and Portland will have to put some points on. Actually, we're going to stay right at this end. Stay at the same side of the field. Easier for us. We have a much better vantage point to this side of the field.
Well, I believe they do that, Jay, in case the wind is blowing in one direction. No advantage to one team.
So now Portland, though, could go for the field goal themselves. Martin, a good field goal kicker, extra point kicker. And the Trojans in trouble. Tough, tough series. 2 plays wasted. Fumble snap and a bad snap on the field goal conversion. Pitch out to Alexander.
Great
Nothing.
stuff. Great job by Jeff DeRoche's out there.
Willett
And
also in the stop.
Doug Willett, Jeff DeRoche making the stop. The loss.
The official trying to make DeRoche go out. He doesn't want him. I don't know what that's all about. Feeling like DeRoche was hurt. Let's see if that hurts the Trojans. Marston and Leveris in the middle. 2nd and 10. Darling trying to roll out. Nothing there. Wrapped up and crunched. He'll lose 4. Back to the 15-yard line.
Great job by Matt Sear, Jay. Stayed home that time. Didn't go for the fake. Wasn't fooled at all by that play.
And a great spot once again for the Bulldogs. They give them the forward progress all the way to the 13.
Well, at this
Third
point.
down and 13.
Ball is now back on the 12-yard line.
Dante to this side to sole coverage. Agreste's by himself. No help from the inside either. Boy, that's trouble. Fakes it, looking over the middle. Firing in. Agreste! What a play! Diving in front and flashing in front of him. The ball hit the ground. Almost caught by Dante. Agreste diving in front. Looked like he blocked his view a little bit.
I thought he had it at first,
Oh,
Jay.
boy, did I too. Fourth down now.
We get a 30-yard field goal.
Yeah, Mr. Martin in now to try to win it. We've seen more field goal attempts in the last few minutes than you'll see in probably a whole year in high school football.
No, it's not a 30-yarder.
No, he's dropping back. It will be. Calls timeout. He'll have to get back to about the 30. He's putting it way too close. DeRocha now comes back in. Leveris goes out. I saw that play set up. I knew they were going to it. He had sole coverage, did Craig Agreste, and he had no help from the inside. The safety wasn't even looking over there. I'm going, oh, no. And they ran it, and Agreste, though, what a last-second surge he had, but still, it was almost complete. But I think Craig diving in front of him, it was a low throw, but I think he flashed in front of Dante just enough to cause him a little bit of disruption on his concentration.
And I'm not really sure what type of leg this kicker has.
Well, he was perfect on his first kick. Boom, right up through the uprights, no problem. The second time, he lined it off to the right. He's got enough leg. I'm sure he could hit it from that distance. But it's just a matter of getting a good snap, a good hold, and, you know, getting it up in the air. Very tough at this level to kick field goals. And here it is. Another field goal attempt, and it all comes down to this, possibly. Portland. Darling the holder. Quick snap, good one. Gets it up. It may be there. It is. The Bulldogs win. Mike Martin. He's running away from everybody. Where does he want to go? Going for his head coach. He avoids his whole team and runs for the coach. And the Bulldogs have won it by the score of 16-13. A 30-yard field goal.
Great ball game, Jay.
Mike Martin. Unbelievable. The Trojans' trouble to win here at Fitzpatrick Stadium continues. They played themselves a great football game, but still come up on the loser's end.
Now, these two teams may meet again in the postseason.
Wow. What a night. The Bulldogs setting their season off in fine fashion now. A come-from-behind 16-13 victory over the very tough and powerful Thornton Academy Golden Trojans. Bulldogs, which many predict to only be, to be 7-1, lose only one game. They start off in great fashion. Thornton Academy travels to Napolitano.
Bulldogs return here to the stadium 2 weeks from tonight on September 20, and they'll play the Fitzpatrick High School Tigers. Scoring in the game late in the first half, 37 seconds remaining. Thornton Academy took a 7-0 half.
As both teams now meet after the congratulations, coaches talking. Thornton Academy, as I said, facing Napolitano next week. At Napolitano, we'll be traveling up there, Mark, on Saturday. And with an 0-1 record, Thornton will be hungry in that one. But we know Napolitano takes Thornton Academy pretty much as a rival. So they'll be ready as we travel up to Waterboro.
For another tough game.
Very much so. The Trojans thought early in the year if they get by the first two, they were in great shape. Well, tonight looked like they had one wrapped up, but the Bulldogs fought back hard, scoring 2 touchdowns in the fourth quarter, and then the field goal in overtime on a 4th down play. A 30-yarder for Mike Martin, just clearing the crossbars, and they walk away with a 16-13 victory over the Thornton Academy Golden Trojans.
And one of the oldest cliches, Jay, what goes around comes around. Last year, the Trojans breaking the heart of the Lewiston Blue Devils, only to have it done to them this year by the Portland Bulldogs.
Exactly. Final score, once again, 16-13. We're going to take a quick pause and come back to wrap this one up from Fitzpatrick Stadium. I don't see the flashing yet. You got the... Is it rolling now? Tape's rolling? Tape's rolling. Okay. All right. Ready, closing. Welcome back to Fitzpatrick Stadium in Portland. Jay Harper along with Marc Paquette. Our final score is 16-13. What a ball game to open up the year, Mark.
Unbelievable. Early in the game, Portland kept shooting themselves in the foot. Every time they'd have a chance to score, they'd come up with either a mental mistake or fumbling the ball. And at the end of the game, Thornton Academy returning the favor.
They really did. At the end, Thornton Academy, especially in the overtime, 2 big plays, 3rd down play, the snap fumbled from center, and then the snap on the field goal attempt by Art Leveris goes over the head of the holder, Kirk Purvis, and Thornton Academy loses a chance to score. Then they come out on defense. They do a great job defensively. They push Portland back 5 yards. It sets up a 30-yard field goal for Mike Martin, but he just gets it over the crossbar. And a la last year for Thornton Academy, when Leveris just got over the crossbar, Thornton Academy loses that way this year.
Definitely an exciting game, living up to its billing.
What do you say about Kirk Purvis, the rookie quarterback, first-year quarterback, the junior? Outstanding performance.
Great game. 1 incompletion, some 150 yards, hitting his receivers all night.
Really a tough loss for Thornton Academy. Like we said, they were up 13-0. Kind of hard to believe that they lose and another team comes from behind in dramatic fashion. But the Bulldogs living up to their billing this year as one of the premier teams in Western Maine Class A. They win this one 16-13.